Hey guys, I'm back with part 2 of what we read in our homeschool for the month of December 2018. So in order to keep this video short, I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first book that we read was Referral by Chris Van Allsburg. Now, I've never read the book, but I have seen the movie, and so I really wanted to introduce this story to Matthew. So we went ahead and got this book before we saw the movie. I didn't actually tell him that we were going to watch the movie. He didn't really know that there was even a movie. But this is in the easy read section of your library, and he thoroughly enjoyed this book. He loved the story, he loved the illustrations. He was super excited when he was able to foretell what was going to happen on the next page. I think he had two favorite parts of this book, and this is where Walter lost his gravity, so he's up in the ceiling. And then the second part of this book that he thoroughly enjoyed was when Danny started to shrink and turn into a ball. So those were his two favorite parts of the book. We watched the movie after. The movie and the book are pretty much similar, except for the end. There's a big twist in the story at the end of the movie, and I won't spoil that for you in case you haven't watched the movie. But it's well worth watching, and this book is definitely worth picking up and reading it with your child. Now, on the same type of book, because it's from the same author, Chris Van Allsburg, is Jumanji. Now, Matthew and I have never read the book before, but we both have seen the second version of Jumanji, the one with The Rock, Welcome to the Jungle. But I've seen the original with Robin Williams, which we are going to watch that movie sometime this weekend. But the same thing with the book of Zathura. Matthew really enjoyed the illustrations. He loved the storyline. It was a very easy read book, but the illustrations, I think, make the book pop in the storytelling. It's very visual. Matthew's a very visual reader, so it's really nice, especially when you're reading easy readers to an older child, to get them fascinated about what they're going to read in the book. And so he really enjoyed this book very much, just like he enjoyed Zathura. The illustrations were great, and I can't wait to share that experience of watching the original with Robin Williams of Jumanji. The third book we read for the rest of our homeschool month was Polar Express. Now, I apologize for the glare. To be honest with you, neither of us really enjoyed the book. Probably because we've seen the movie so many times that the story doesn't really flow as well in the book as it does in the movie. That's just our opinion. Illustrations are the same as the movie, I think. It's a very easy read. So I think it's because the illustrations are so much similar to the movie, and to us it didn't really flow very well. But I do suggest picking it up if you're interested in reading the book. But for us, we read it, and that was the end of that. We just wanted to watch the movie, basically. And the last book that we read in our homeschool for the month of December was Snowflake Bentley. I think out of all the books, this was Matthew's favorite for the month. This is based on an actual person. It is based in Vermont, and he is actually the first person to photograph snowflakes. The interesting thing about this book is it encouraged Matthew to inquire more about this particular person. And so we went online, and there's actually a website called Snowflake Bentley, totally dedicated to this person. And they also have a gift shop. Now, the website is nothing, it's not fancy or anything. It's just a basic website. But they do show you some pictures of inside the museum, which Matthew was super excited about, because one of the things that he really wanted to know and to be able to see is if they still had the camera that Mr. Bentley used. And surprisingly, they do, and it's in the museum. And so he had asked, maybe one day we can go to Vermont and see it. So it really sparked his interest, and I was really excited to see him so enthusiastically wanting to know more about Mr. Bentley. And so when you read the book, there are some side notes along each page, which we found very interesting. The illustrations are nice as well. They're very colorful, basic. There's nothing fancy about the illustrations, but it really made the book fascinating to read. And I love it that when we read, my favorite type of books are biographies or autobiographies, either or. And so I really like the fact that he was fascinated by this person. And when you go on the website, you can actually see the actual photos that he had taken of some of the snowflakes. And at the end of the book, you can see some here as well. But we really enjoyed this book. Highly recommend it to anybody who wants to know about Mr. Bentley and his snowflake photography. But that is it for the month of December. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. And please like, share, and subscribe. And you guys have a wonderful day. God bless. And I will see you next time. Bye.